Sure. So at MIX10, we've had a week full of customer stories, and these stories were pretty rich and multifaceted. They had to do with new user experiences, but a lot of them also had, the second half of the story was about a relationship with cloud computing and Microsoft Azure.
Yes.
So really what we're seeing at MIX10, Microsoft has made big industry announcements around cloud computing. We've made big industry announcements around, kind of next web and mobile devices. So really it's kind of a client and cloud story that's coming together and emerging.
Right. And it's interesting. I think some people have criticized big organizations for not seeing the whole picture, and now you're just starting to really see that there's been a planful strategy all along that Microsoft just hasn't revealed, but it's all converging.
Yeah, very much so. So, every big company today has significant on-premise enterprise investments. And, and the cloud is not a rival, but a complement to those investments that already exist. And it's really about kind of giving organizations choice, power, and flexibility. It kind of changes the games in terms of how they can go forward and invest, how they can change kind of cost and expense models, how they can achieve greater scale and global reach. So what's interesting is that in the previous mixes we've always had this developing rich client story, and it was always about we can extend your existing enterprise investments through a better and greater client experience. Well, with the advent of cloud computing, that story only continues, and so now on-premise and cloud together, delivered through rich customer and client channels, it is a converging story and a story, a platform story of the future.
Well, and it's exciting, as you said, we have interviewed a number of clients and about some interesting projects, and the learning for me was really kind of how the phased approach, back of the house, front of the house, and where the technology goes through all of it, but the expectations of today's consumer and how they will experience these new technologies because of what they experience in their personal life.
That's right. Over the past couple of years, the convergence of kind of your digital work lifestyle and personal lifestyle have converged, and really people are being most effective. What do you think? Either your customer or consumer, as well as your employee, is most effective when they can integrate their digital lifestyle through multiple channels, whether they're at work, on the road, at home. And so we've really seen that story come to fruition here at MIX10 of the power of that. You also commented on kind of the stories we've told today, and I think what's been interesting at this conference is the stories coming forward are not just, here's Silverlight and just a trivial or fun consumer experience. What we're seeing is very large enterprise stories of saying, we're using on-premise, we're using the cloud, and we're using Silverlight all together to build the next generation of enterprise applications of how companies will go to market and do business.
And I think that's a surprising message for some people. They hadn't really thought about Silverlight in that way before.
Yeah, very much so. So we're building up towards, the MIX10 has the announcements of, kind of the latest features of Silverlight 4, and we're building up, a couple months out now from the Silverlight 4 launch, which is coming up here. And Silverlight 4 launch is going to also have a pretty unique focus around line of business applications. So the stories are only going to get deeper and richer as we build from MIX10 to the Silverlight launch.